What is going on, everybody?
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome to the Crash Course Metal Show, and we are going to be doing today three albums that you hate, but I actually love. So we got three albums here. We're more in the hair metal side of things here on this video. We will be doing a couple other videos here in this series as well. Whether that hits more on the heavier metal side, more hair metal side. Gonna keep it a little bit in one section, if you will, or one subgenre if possible. But today we're going to be, like I said, on more on the hair metal side of things. And our first album, what we're going to be defending here, I guess, is going to be 1990s Stryper Against the Law. So, Against the Law is the fifth and final studio album of the original run of Stryper, of the original era. And it is one that, as you can see here on the cover and even on the back and of the pictures I show here on the video, they changed their look and they even changed their sound a little bit. I know most of the band members don't really care for this album, even still today. I don't even know if any of them are played in a live setting either, as of today. So you had three singles off of this album. You had a cover of Earth, Wind, and Fire's Shining Star, which is actually a really good cover, which I'm a big fan of Earth, Wind, and Fire, all of their material as well. But I do really dig the Striper version of Shining Star. The other single was Two Time Woman, and then the ballad Lady, which is an amazing ballad. I really enjoy that. Well, whenever it comes on, I don't skip that song at all. But I can understand why the band and some fans don't really care for this album because they, like I said, they got away from the Christian roots, if you will, like Christian lyrics and such. They kind of did just more of a rock album, more of a secular, like more of the hair metal types feel, if you will. You do have 11 tracks on here. The album actually did somewhat okay. I mean, chart wise, Japanese it went to 90, US Billboard 200 went to 39, and then the Christian album chart went to 25. So I mean, it was okay, but then obviously after this album, then they went their separate ways for a couple years until they did the reunion album Reborn, and Michael went a couple years after 1994, I believe it was, did his first solo album, which is absolutely great as well. I really enjoy that album. If you want to check out that album review or hear anything about the album, click this link right here above me. And I did a review on that, so check that out. But no, you got Against the Law, the title track. You got Two Time Woman, Rock the People, all solid songs. And yeah, Shining Star is a good cover. Ordinary Man, though, I must say, is probably my favorite song off of this album. Just love the guitar intro. It's just mid tempo, groovy feel for the most part. Great solo. Like I said, and then next late is Lady. Very good ballad. I still listen to that to this day. Because I had this album for years now, and it's just one that I never hated. I always enjoyed this album, even when I first heard it. I think if I remember correctly, I think I heard Lady first, like on YouTube somewhere or sometime when I was on YouTube, just finding out different music when I was a teenager. So, but also, you do have a good amount of tracks though on here. What is it? An 11 track album. You could take probably one or two off. You could take one, I would say, off of here, and it would be a lot stronger of an album. But I appreciate what I can see past that. They're not really doing the Christian niche thing anymore. Very very secular, if you will. Very mainstream
What is going on?
lyrically wise and such like that. But I think it still has enough personality of Stryper. It's not just like a run of the mill cookie cutter type songs at all. It's still Stryper. And I don't understand why so many people don't enjoy this album, and even the band doesn't enjoy it. I don't understand that for the most part. Now, sure, if what you wanted to do, if always what you wanted to do is do promote Christianity or Jesus and that kind of thing. I get that. And you kind of went away from that a little bit here, a little bit, but I don't know. It still doesn't mean it's a bad album at all. So I don't know. It's just kind of where I don't get the hate for this album. It was produced by Tom Werman as well, which produces all kinds of 80s albums that everyone knows. And he also produced one of these albums that we are going to be talking about here shortly. And he just seems to be everywhere. And it's just very good. It's a good album, guys. Check out Against the Law from Stryper. I don't think it would be disappointing, especially if you like Stryper. If you like Stryper, there's no reason why you shouldn't like Against the Law. And but like I said, Ordinary Man is my favorite song. I really think you should check that out. And even if you like Earth, Wind, and Fire, like that soul, funky stuff, that kind of music, certainly check out the cover, Shining Star. I'm not a big covers guy, but this works. I dig it. I really like Michael's voice on this, like his delivery to the song. They made it their own as well, and that's always a plus when you're doing a cover. And then obviously the ballad "Lady" is really really good if you're into ballads.
Hey, Lorraine Lewis here from Vixen. You are watching the Krash Kourse Metal Show with Trevor Knight. Yeah.
All right, so our second pick here for this topic is Wasp, 1999's Eldorado. Now, this is an interesting one. This is the eighth studio album from Wasp, and it actually didn't do too bad, chart wise, considering in the world, not in America, obviously, but like it was in the top 60 in Germany, it was in the top 50 in Sweden, and then in the top 5 of UK rock and metal albums. So like it was, I mean, for 1999, you'll take that. And you still had Chris Holmes on this album as well. Now, I could have chose two albums from Wasp, really, and the other one was KFD that I still might talk about in a future episode. But I think this one here, I don't talk about this nearly enough, like it should be, because a lot of people don't like this album, and I do not get it. Now, yes, I understand why someone would be like, I'm not really digging this. But if you're into the glam, the hair metal, into the Inside the Electric Circus type style of Wasp, what is there not to like on this album? You got great guitar solos from Chris Holmes. I mean, the tone is very good. Guitar tone is great. Blackie sounds good. Yes, some of the songs are tongue in cheek, very sexualized. This is a very sexualized album, really. But I don't understand what people don't like about it. Helder, the title track is awesome. Whenever I'm in the Firebird or on the motorcycle, this song is being played. Damnation Angels is a 6-minute track, a mid-tempo, slower track. Very good. Cocaine Cowboys, High on the Flames, Can't Die Tonight. This stuff is just like party stuff. Like if I'm having fun on a Saturday, this is an album that I can throw on and have a good time with. I don't get the hate for it. Now, yes, I would understand if like Kill Fuck Die, the album that came out 2 years before this. If everyone loved that album, and then Blackie does a 360 here and totally goes glammy hair metal again, I would understand a little bit why people don't care for, or if this is totally out of left field for Wasp, but it's not. I don't understand. Is it just some of the amateurish lyrics on this? Like, so there is a song called "Dirty Balls" on here, and it's exactly what you thought of when I said that. So I get that, but at the same time, come on, why are we so serious here? Like, it's still fun songs, still good songs, great solos. I don't know. And you're talking 1999. This is the best thing that came out in 1999. Off the top of my head, I don't know what else sounds like this in 1999. Like it came out in 1989. Really, like I don't get. I please let me know in the comments what you don't like about Eldorado. What is it specifically that you don't like about Eldorado? It just it throws me for a loop all the time. Whenever I talk to people, I'm like, I think they'll like this album. that like Wasp or like that style of music, the hair metal, the glam metal and stuff. But then they are like, no, I don't like Eldorado at all. And I'm like, what?
What?
What's going on here, guys? Very, very questionable here. But 1999, Eldorado, give me that all day. Get like, but I do enjoy KFD though as well. Like I like that very dark side of Wasp, but then I also like the very fun side. This is probably the like okay, Inside the Electric Circus times that by 10. And that you get Eldorado. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is with Eldorado. I'm trying to find that out. I've been trying to find that out for years now. And it's just I get no true answer that I can be like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense now. I can see why you don't like that. Was it just wrong place, wrong time? Which, yes, it was 1999. Anything metal pretty much was wrong place, wrong time. So, yeah, let me know. I'm quite interested in that. But yes, Eldorado, my favorite. Well, one of my favorite. Not, it's not my favorite, but certainly one that I play a lot when I play Wasp. Like I said, the title track's really good. Damnation Angel is really, really good. Another one of my favorites is probably Cocaine Cowboys or Can't Die Tonight. It's just fun all the way around, guys. Fun. I can't. That's just what this album is. Sum it up in one word: fun. All right, guys. So here for our final pick, we are going with one of the OGs of glam hair metal, if you will, and that is going to be Motley Crue's Theater of Pain.
You with that bullshit.
So 1985 rolls around, and the third studio album of or from Motley Crue, Theater of Pain, and now this is an album that a lot of people do not like. I could have chose two albums actually from Motley Crue, the 1990 or the 1994 self-titled album with John Corabi. I could have chose that because a lot of people hate on that, but I will say it seems like recently, within like the last 5 years, that album's been getting a little bit more love and it's starting to have a following for it. But Theater of Pain, though, on the other hand, that's another one that people just hate. And I just don't get why. Now, yes, the singles, Smoking in the Boys' Room, Home Sweet Home, not that good, really. Well, obviously, one's a cover. And it's just, they're way overplayed, both of them. I don't need to hear either one of those songs for probably the rest of my life, and I'll be okay. I will not miss a beat. It's just, to me, Theater of Pain, though, the deep cuts is where it's at. I always enjoyed this. Obviously, when I was a young teenager, finding out about Motley Crue, sure, Shout Out the Devil, you know, Too Fast for Love, not Girls, 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 but, just all the classic albums and all the classic material of Motley Crue. And, we had this on cassette and I played it. And I think my dad kind of got me into this album because he always had he's the one that had it on cassette. And so I would listen to it. And I just didn't understand the hate for it. And he always told me like this album always got shit on, basically. And so when I would listen to it, I'm like kind of thinking, why does this really get shit on? Yes, I understand a lot of different X factors were in this album. Vince Neil's car accident, killing the Hanoi Rocks drummer. A shame. Obviously, crazy shit there. Nikki Sixx and the whole band really on drugs all the time.
We are not role models for your life.
Very not focused album. I can understand that. I can see that point. But to me, this album here kills girls anything on girls, girls, girls. Girl, I absolutely do not like girls, girls, girls. I do not visit that album hardly at all. I bought Girls, Girls, Girls probably at least 5 years ago, 10 years ago maybe, and I probably only played it 3 times ever since I had it. I just do not like that album. I don't get it. Sure, the singles are okay. I like the title track and Wild Side, and even like You're All I Need. I'm a big ballad guy, but I just do not care for that song. I just don't care for that album. The deep cuts suck. uh, it's when we're talking about deep cuts, this is the album with the deep cuts. You got City Boy Blues, Louder Than Hell. These riffs that Mick Mars does on this album kills anything on Girls, Girls, Girls riff wise. In my opinion, I don't see I don't see how you can't like those two songs, City Boy Blues and Louder Than Hell, if you're a Motley Crue fan. Louder Than Hell could have easily been on Shout Out the Devil and been one of the better songs on Shout Out the Devil. So keep your eye on the money. Okay, upbeat, pretty cool. Tonight We Need a Lover. That is probably one of the weaker deep tracks, but I can still dig it. It's still okay. Use It or Lose It, pretty cool. I like the message in that. Save Our Souls, another one with a badass riff. Vince sounds pretty good on a decent amount of these songs. And Save Our Souls would have fit on Shout the Devil, which also does remind me, if anyone has the Shout the Devil, like the Motley record one, the remastered or reissue, they have a couple of like demos on there and stuff like that. And one of them is Hotter Than Hell, which is basically Louder Than Hell. So that was written around the time of Shout the Devil, and it just got left off. So Louder Than Hell and Save Our Souls, easily two of my favorite Motley Crue of the original era, really. Motley Crue songs. Raise Your Hands to Rock's cool, fun. It kind of reminds me of Britney Fox's like Fun in Texas. It kind of reminds me of that. I don't know if it's just the acoustic guitar in the beginning and such, and just like the pace of the song and shit like that. And then Fight for Your Rights, track number 10. Okay. I'm okay with it. I can listen. I'd rather listen to that song than any other deep tracks on Girls, Girls, Girls. So Theater of Pain, check out, guys, if you're interested to see where it ranks in my Motley Crue album ranking, click this link right here. Guys, and I even dig the artwork on this as well. Like it's kind of cool. Now, okay, so I will say another thing. A lot of people don't like the image that Motley Crue had in this era or for this album, basically. And an era has to be more than one album, in my opinion. But for this tour, for this album, they were very glammy. They were very on the really feminine looking for 1985, I would say, because obviously Poison hasn't come out yet. Bands like that haven't come out yet and really kind of push that glamminess, I would say. But I think coming from like the Shout at the Devil look and going to the pink lace, the sequence stuff, that kind of look, glammy look, kind of turns some certainly metalheads off, like more of the traditional metalhead, I would say, kind of turned them off a little bit. But I don't think the music is missing though in that shuffle, the image shuffle. I don't think that at all. But it is what it is though too at the same time. So it did kind of help usher in that glam scene, the later hair metal scene, if you will. But really, to me, you got 10 tracks on here. I know they were fucked up and they were fighting for these 10 tracks. They probably didn't have much more to really offer. So I kind of understand why, if you really take a deep dive into maybe why this album's a little bit weaker than it should have been, especially coming off of Shout Out the Devil. But then again, you're coming off of Shout Out the Devil, which is a classic album. A lot of people would put that in a top 100 heavy metal album ranking of all time. So whatever comes after that is going to not be looked at as good. It's not going to, the bar has been raised way up here, and no matter what they do, it's going to be not as good. So I think there's that going against Theater of Pain as well. And I don't know, it's just, I don't know, as much as like Motley Crue sold really well all throughout the 80s, the golden era and everything, and still do. They still sell out stadiums and stuff like that. I just, even this album, it's still kind of, I feel like Motley Crue just had a couple good albums. They're riding on the coattails of Shout Out the Devil and Dr. Feelgood, really. and they are not a top 10, top 15, top 20 band for me at all. I don't a glam metal band, not just a metal band in general, just like a glam metal band. I can name 20 other bands that I'd rather listen to than Motley Crue. And I don't think it's just because they're played out, because I mean, a lot of their stuff is played out, but at the same time, like I don't, as much as I do like Theater of Pain, I don't visit it that much compared to a lot of their other peers of the 80s. So, with that being said, Theater of Pain is an awesome album, but would it still make a top 50 hair metal album of mine? Probably not. So certainly, guys, check out Theater of Pain and check out the songs Louder Than Hell and Save Our Souls. Those are my two favorite ones off of this album. And it's an album that you guys should really listen to if you haven't listened to it for a while. Yes, don't listen to the singles unless you really enjoy the singles off this, but don't listen to the singles, and I think you'll find a new appreciation for it. Alrighty, guys, just to recap real quick, the 3 albums that I chose here for this episode of 3 albums that you guys hate, but I absolutely love. And it is Against the Law from Stryper, Motley Crue, Theater of Pain, and then also we had here Eldorado from Wasp. But guys, let me know some albums that generally consensus people hate, but you actually like. Let me know. Let me know what you think of the 3 that I picked. But subscribe, guys, if you guys want to find more unknown and forgotten metal. That's what we love doing here. And guys, until next time, thank you for watching the Crash Course Metal Show. Stay out of that collateral damage, and we will see you guys later.
Yeah, I wrote that. It's called I Want to Rock Your Body. And then in parentheses it says to the break of dawn.